Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So, basically, there's this YouTube channel where basically they just animate real stories and so I did one. So, so I'm going to react to maybe 2 of these, and I actually saw most of them, but not by, so I watched this one. I have no eyebrows and eyelashes, and then we were haunted by a creepy possessed doll, and all of that. So, basically, I used to watch them, but now I don't. So I'm going to start reacting to them, now. So I'm going to react to, so this is, okay, so what I'm going to do, well, I actually recorded this one, which, well, it isn't like, I wouldn't say like inspiring and all that. So, I think this was, hold on, because I actually don't know. Not, I don't know. Here. Oh wait, so is that a school? Yeah. Okay, I actually can get her, cause I mean, yeah, I never had a shooting before, but like I can. It's basically really scary. Okay.
This was on October 27th on a Saturday. I slept in. I woke up around 11 because my mom yelled my name. And I immediately woke up and immediately ran to her room. My older sister was there and she told me that I had to whisper so I wouldn't wake up my younger sister. And I whispered, "What's the problem?" And my mom asked, "Have you seen anything on the news lately?" And I said, "No, because I haven't been on my phone yet." And she told me to sit down. And she told me that there was a shooting at a synagogue at the Tree of Life in Squirrel Hill. And I gasped. I was like really scared. I was shaking. I was just in shock that something of this occurred. She told me that.
So when it says like Pittsburgh, that's like kind of near where my mom was born. She was in Pennsylvania or Philly or whatever. Okay, so I mean, so I think this is because in the gym we had like a fire alarm go off, so we didn't know if there was like a shooter or it was an accident or whatever, or just a test. So, so she said she didn't want her head near like the doors when there was a shooter, and I think this might be why. So I don't know really, but
Don't tell your younger sister about this. So I went back to my room. My younger sister woke up and my mom gasped, and I immediately ran to her room. I was saying, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And my younger sister came in and she said, "What's wrong?" And I told her to leave the room and do something else. And I went up to my mom and I said, "What's wrong?" The reason why she was crying was because before the shooting took place, it was a celebration for a 8-day-old baby boy for giving a name. And that made me almost burst into tears because this was a celebration for a newborn, for giving life. When we went to our religious school, a lot of people were on edge. When we went to class, people were talking about how did we feel about this happening at the Tree of Life. We had no words. We were all shocked. We were all scared. After our religious school, we had a morning service, and we invited the Tree of Life. There were so many people mourning. We were singing the songs of the morning, and we stand up and hold hands, chanting that we are not afraid, we are strong. We will get through this. And after that, still over.
I still like, is it a church or like, because I actually don't know, because I never been there. Is it like a school? I don't really know. So if you guys know, leave it in the comments down below, because I actually have no idea if it's a school or whatever.
All over the news, and there have been live streams about like speeches and talking about how we will make a change about this. This has affected me and the whole Jewish community all over Pittsburgh a lot.
Oh wait, it was.
This has affected me and the whole Jewish community all.
Jewish? So that means this was probably like a church of the Jewish?
Over Pittsburgh a lot. I support all the friends and families that were affected by this tragedy on October 27th.
Okay, so we have Joyce Finna. That actually. Okay, the name. The first name is familiar, but I don't know the last name. So, yeah. So we have Melvin Wax, which is actually, Melvin was my grandpa's name. Jerry Robinowitz, Bernson, Simon. Oh, those. So they might be boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Cause they're like almost the same age. Rose Melinger, are Irving Younger. Sus, how do we say it? I don't know. Roselle, so it doesn't.
And I hope for the best that everything.
So it doesn't look like that the parents died of the shooting. Cause there's like, usually when you have babies, it's usually like 30 or something. and not like 65 or whatever.
Things can change in the near future.
Are you scared by all the recent gun violence? Yes. I mean, like, I don't think about it that much, but like, whenever someone brings it up, then I will start to worry about it. So if you guys basically answer that question, are you scared by all the recent gun violence? So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to react to one more, which I think okay, let's do this one.
Me and my family were on vacation in the countryside. We decided to go on a walk one time. It was our last day staying there until we stumbled upon a huge field. My mom, being the nature enthusiast, was like, "Oh my gosh, we have to go there." Walking around this huge field, and there are minivans just dotted around the entire place. Each had a huge padlock on all of them. What was in them was very, very disturbing. They were animals that seemed to be really mistreated, locked in cages, and in every single caravan dotted around this entire huge field, there were more animals. Dogs, cats, even some birds. It was getting more and more suspicious the further we went into this land. As we approached the end of the whole field, we saw a fenced-off area, just a low fence anybody could easily hop over it. There was a horse in this tiny area that had been fenced off. It was in a horrible condition. Its ribs were basically jabbing out of its body. They were so clear to see. You could count every single one of them. It was tied up. The bridle was rubbing against its skin. It was horrifying. My parents, they had reached their end of being really suspicious and were really quick to get out of there. We were walking back, my mom and my dad, just discussing everything, very concerned about how nobody had called the police or RSPCA on these people at all these abused animals. So we went back to the farm we were staying on, and we went to the person who was renting the house to us, and she said that that was private land that we had just gone on. And the man who owned that land was actually watching us the whole time, and she saw him watching us. And the woman said that this guy had been previously arrested for neglecting and abusing animals a few years ago, but she didn't think he was still doing it. So she called the police, the RSPCA, and they came and took the horse away, along with the other animals. When I saw some of the cats and dogs coming out of their cages, they weren't even able to walk. They could barely limp, and it was horrifying to see. There were so many, and they were in horrible condition. But I think if there's anything you can take out of my story is definitely don't neglect animals or abuse them. Because in the end, you're gonna go to jail. Even a small family coming over to see you will get you in serious trouble.
Okay, so it looks like that she actually kept him. So the question is, have you ever seen animals being mistreated? Not really. So, I never saw. Comment down below if you did. Okay, so that's all for today. So if you guys want me to react to more story booth, then I will. And yeah. Bye guys.